is it that you could allow something like this to go on for 6 days?
Number 10. Warn a lady. The litigants' failed dog breeding business was made all the more complicated by their romantic past, and so things got super messy.
I don't understand why it is that you say to her, you're not going to see the dog just because you're being petty about the sexual stuff that you keep trying to raise.
They were already demonstrating some ignorance by mixing business with pleasure. When the judge looked through their text, though, she got a little more than she bargained for. If you're gonna hand your phone over, you could give a fair warning that things were gonna get super not safe for work.
Where we were getting...
Jesus.
Yeah, it gets better.
You should also think twice before mixing business conversations with very, very explicit ones, because you never know, you may just have to read them out loud on national television.
He texts you, I can't even. An eggplant, a peach, and a just...
Number 9. Jaywalking. The plaintiff and her young daughter were crossing the street when she was hit by a car. However, the pair were jaywalking. It's a horrible thing to have happened, but she seems unable or simply unwilling to accept the judge's insistence that despite her injuries, she was in the wrong.
You're supposed to be crossing at the corner. You're not at the corner. You've put yourself where there's a couple of cars distance. So why are you crossing? Why are you jaywalking?
Even more, the judge tries to drill it through her head that she and her daughter could have both been killed. Stubborn and unwilling to hear otherwise, she can't seem to understand why she's not owed.
So he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's got a green light. He turns. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. You're lucky you're not dead. Okay? Crossing, and not just you, but crossing with your baby.
But if she knows one thing, it's that she couldn't possibly be wrong.
Anyway, God see what happened. I'm not telling any lie.
It's a simple case, but so frustrating. Number 8. Suing the wrong guy. Defendant Nelson Raposo is being sued by plaintiff Donna Collado for doing a shoddy job redoing her patio. When only the plaintiff shows up for this case, we knew something was up.
As you can probably see, that there's no one standing at the defendant's table just now. The reason for that is because, as you know, the defendant's defense is that you've got the wrong guy.
When Raposo finally does walk in, she realizes this guy, whose business she gave a 1-star review, incessantly called and harassed, is not the same one who did her patio. Suing the right person has to be the lowest bar to clear when filing a lawsuit. Amazingly, even after hounding this man and dragging him to court for no reason, the plaintiff doesn't even seem sorry for going off half-cocked.
Oh, well, I know that's not the right guy.
You have dragged a guy into court, you have called him 20, 30 times, you have trashed his business on Yelp, and it's the wrong guy.
Number 7. Cake mistake.
What is in that box?
The cake.
Restaurants and bakeries make mistakes, and sometimes a refund is in order. That's not good enough for the plaintiff.
He admits he made a mistake. He gave you the wrong cake. Why would anybody owe you $300 or $1,500 for making a mistake on the cake?
He's gonna pay for his mistake.
She insists her grown daughter's party was ruined because the baker gave her a red velvet cake and not the rum cake she ordered. It's a simple mistake that the baker admits to, but apparently her adult daughter stormed out of the party because of it.
Okay, your daughter needs a serious adjustment.
The plaintiff expects the baker to refund her for the daughter's party, not just the cake. This goes over with Judge Milian about as well as that cake did.
What happened? Because apparently it's a big deal. It ruined the 22-year-old's party to the point where she stormed out of her own party. She couldn't take the pressure of the fact that there was no rum cake there. So tell me, how do you sleep at night?
The daughter who threw a fit has the good sense not to show up. Number 6. Mole money, mole problems.
Is this it?
Yes.
That's a skin tag. I'm surprised you're not thanking her. Most people don't want to keep a skin tag.
Plaintiff Laquita Maxwell is well within her rights to expect good service for her money. However, her contention that she's owed $5,000 because a salon owner removed a mole on her face without permission cuts no mustard with the judge.
I think you are, pardon the pun, making a mountain out of a molehill.
Maxwell insists her mole, which the judge thinks was a skin tag, is something she can't get back. Therefore, she is owed. The judge respectfully disagrees. In fact, the judge even implies what everyone else is thinking.
What was the date you went to the doctor?
I went this past Saturday.
You mean right before coming to court?
Yes.
So this wasn't so bad that you needed to go to a doctor right after April 28th?
She's trying to use the judicial system to get a big payout over a minor issue. No matter which way you slice it, it's ridiculous.
This is not a reason for a judge to look at her and say, hand over $5,000, lady. I'm not going to do it.
Number 5. He just kicked my door in.
You called a plumber because you didn't have water, and they cracked up the sidewalk, got you water, now you have water. Why is it you want all your money back?
A dispute about a copper pipe installation turned nasty, with the plaintiff going to desperate lengths to get his money back, including kicking the defendant's car. The plaintiff vehemently denies this. However, when the judge only gives him part of what he's suing for, he storms out, kicking the door on his way out.
Who's going to pay for the car?
Oh, you know what? He just kicked my door. Never mind, I changed my mind.
Yeah, please.
Actually, because
that's exactly the way it happened.
That's exactly the way it happened.
He might as well have confessed to the car damage. It showed just what he is willing to do when things don't go his way. Things continued to get worse for him.
Get the heck out of my courtroom now! Out! Out!
The judge reversed her own verdict, and he left without his money and without his dignity. Number 4. Lying about a DUI. Defendant Tamara Lynn Goll certainly lived up to her last name.
Is that a yes or no to my question?
I don't have any evidence.
The plaintiff is suing for causing a car accident and for driving uninsured. Goll earns the judge's displeasure when she can't produce evidence of insurance, but her biggest lie is also her dumbest.
Okay, and what's that a bottle of?
Hennessy.
Hennessy. And that's the bottle he threw out of the car that magically didn't shatter.
She holds up an empty bottle of Hennessy and insists the plaintiff, who had 2 previous DUIs from 20 years ago, threw it out of his car after the accident. For some reason, she brought the bottle, but not her proof of insurance.
I don't have it with me.
You don't have it at all.
The judge isn't buying it, and once she starts her grilling, Gould can't even make eye contact for long. Clearly, this isn't going to go over the way she hoped. Number 3. No more sugar.
Listen, if you want to put yourself in a sugar daddy situation, why are you coming whining to me now?
This plaintiff is a 59-year-old cabbie who found a 27-year-old girlfriend and showered her with gifts and money. Now they're no longer together, and he wants everything he gave her back, including all the money he loaned her friend Rebecca, whom he still hasn't met. So where's Rebecca? Well, the judge has a theory, and it's that Rebecca doesn't exist.
She promised.
Let me ask you a question. Why
do you believe there's a Rebecca?
She was just the defendant's way of getting even more money out of him. The judge has no sympathy for the guy. He clearly had an agenda. And once it didn't work out, he wanted the court to fix his mistake.
You're mad and you're slamming the table, and meanwhile, I want to rewind to the part where you give her a credit card in her name on your account.
Number 2. Now I remember you.
Now I remember you.
Defendant Dorothy Hens insists her pit bull is sweet but very protective, and so when the plaintiff tried to touch her inappropriately, it was just offending her. However, she realizes once she sees the plaintiff, she's got the wrong case.
How many times has your dog bit someone?
Twice.
And you couldn't keep the 2 of them straight? When Gail sued you, you couldn't keep straight that it was, it's the girl, not the guy?
She doesn't remember her until halfway through. Judge Milian is forced to assume this has happened before, and who knows how many times.
There were cops all over the place.
There were.
What? There were cops all over the place when your dog bit this guy? Because she doesn't look like a guy.
So
you thought she was somebody else who apparently also got bit by your dog.
Right.
Her daffy, non-committal answers about the damage her dog has done are wild. It would be funny if it weren't so alarming that this woman is the only line of defense between the public and a dog with history of biting strangers.
You tell me, why is this okay that another human being have to suffer this? Why? Why is that okay? If that was your arm, would that bother you?
Yes.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Lying about a warranty. Lying to the judge never goes well.
So it smelled kind of fishy. So I called the Penn Warranty Corporation, and they have no warranty under this gentleman's name.
No remorse. The vindictive defendant can't stop laughing and preening for the camera even after losing.
You know, you're laughing, but the judge really lets you have it.
Wanted the thick crust. A $3 slice of pizza leads to Judge Wapner's courtroom.
But we served him a beautiful slice of pizza, which he immediately refused and immediately said, I'm going to take you to court and sue you because I work for a law firm and it won't cost me anything.
The model litigant. A model and her mum have a shaky grasp on what constitutes damages.
I'm not understanding the $9,900 part, so you're going to need to explain it.
Yeah, for pain and suffering, but also modeling, casting jobs. I missed out on a lot of jobs because I was in pain trying to handle...
You had a cut on your nail from a manicure.
Number 1. Hiding a fugitive. No disrespect to the rum cake lady, but in the pantheon of bad decisions made by People's Court litigants, Christopher and Melinda McManus really do take the cake.
How is it that you could allow something like this to go on for 6 days? A manhunt looking for a missing 14-year-old girl who hasn't come home in 6 days, and you know where she is.
First, Melinda hid her son's missing teenage girlfriend in her home, even after a whole police and SWAT investigation took place. Then Christopher, who asserts he did not know what his wife and son were up to, cops the biggest attitude with the judge.
Do you hear what I said?
Yeah. I'm talking about.
I don't think
I'm
you
talking
do.
about real
I think I'm
judges and
talking to a
magistrates.
frickin' wall. That's what's happening here.
Honestly, you'd think he was on a mission to make the list. Well, he got his wish. There's so much pain involved in the whole case. It's difficult to take pleasure in how much the judge dresses them down. It's not impossible, though.
What are you thinking? Are you an adult?
Did these litigants leave you scratching your head? Let us know in the comments.
I would never get out the car without looking right there and right there and right there. You understand what I'm saying?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.